That was awesome.
How do we do it? How do we do it?
Oh man, we better stop before we start recording.
Yeah. Oh, I hit record. Sorry.
What?
I didn't tell you guys. We're on now.
Okay.
So hello out there in listening land.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey. Sup.
Sorry about the hiccup. We had a few technical difficulties. And we learned something about Google Hangouts too.
We sure did.
Don't eject people.
Yep.
Well,
I said spotted bleep one time and he ejects me.
It was like a premature ejection. Hey, Ivan Chudley's in the house.
Ivan.
Green Lantern HG. That with a hyper potato. Blast it or stash it.
They're finding us.
They're finding us. Where everybody knows your name.
That's another podcast.
You are correct, sir.
That podcast got me watching Cheers again, by the way. That's a funny show. I forgot how good it was.
It really is. We've been watching a lot of Night Court, which, if you remember back in the day, used to come on right after Cheers.
Yeah, it used to be, didn't it? It was like you had Cosby Show, you had Cheers, Night Court, and Family Ties. Maybe not in that order.
No, you're pretty close. It's something like that. But yeah, it was a good lineup.
That's a killer lineup.
That was like one of the most memorable lineups from my youth right there. All four winners.
No, the hyper potato just got excited about Marky Post from Family Ties. She was good looking. I will give you that.
She was good.
Marky Post was on
Night Court.
Marky Post was Night Court. Meredith Baxter Burney.
There you go.
Oh yeah, you're right. I got confused. Oh, John Beatty's checking in. Yep, John. Deathbed, sick yard sale, artist hunter guy. I'm off my deathbed now. I'm back on my regular bed.
Was he picking over your bones?
Yeah, Jared had diphtheria.
Yeah, it was scurvy. I had scurvy. Ivor Evans, Tim Price. So, what's up, everybody?
Hello there.
You guys are in for a treat today. Someone's buzzing like crazy.
Yeah, it's me. Sorry.
Apparently, Pat's time is up. Thanks for being here today, Pat.
I was wondering, is that a new buzz to the
device? All right, I got to go. See you guys later. Bye.
Oh, well, to everybody who's here already, you're in for a treat. You get to see how the sausage is made today. Well, Tim Price knows how the sausage is made. He's been to the factory before.
A lot of cursing.
Yeah. Well, we're going to try not to curse as much today since we're doing it live, but we're going to record an actual episode of Longbox Crusade today.
Discipline 007. Discipline.
So you're good. This is very much like it usually is. We're starting late. We had technical problems. Jason's internet doesn't work well. He's working off an Apple IIe computer, but he's making it happen.
You got mail.
Got this Apple IIe too, man.
Excuse me. As I am coming off my deathbed, I'll probably have to pause every once in a while for a cough, which I'll have to edit out when you hear this actual episode in your podcast feed, which should come down in a couple weeks.
Oh, well, I thought that was your pipe smoke going on.
No, I know you got excited. You're like, oh, who's coughing? Who's coughing?
Who's got the pipe? Pass it.
But anyway, so yeah, we're going to do a live recording of an actual Longbox Crusade today. So don't get nervous if we're ignoring you in the chat, because we're going to go through. But when we hit our usual podcast promo breaks, we'll do a quick check at the chat. Be chat checkers, checking the chat. And we will still have our people who are present giveaway at the end. When we close out the episode today, we'll have our giveaway for people who are present on the live stream. And, of course, we will give our Crusaders Club gift package away, second one of the first quarter. So who's excited?
I'm excited. I don't even know what it is. No?
Yeah, I get to make these packages. The guys don't know what's going to be in them. One of the
I'm always interested in your package.
I know you are. One of the things I'm giving away in today's package is Jason's codes to his Marvel Online account. So that.
Oh man, you know what? I had a little glitch in that last night. I wanted to read not to, a little spoiler here, I guess, a little teaser, but the Nova issue that comes before the next Amazing Spider-Man. So I was like, oh, well, now I got my codes. I'm going to read this bad boy. And I brought it up, and it said, you are not a member of Marvel. And I almost lost my ass, man. I was like, where's the contact? Yeah, okay, yeah, I lost my ass. I was like, oh, I was sending a lot of emails. And then I just closed it out and brought it back in, and it worked. And I felt kind of bad about those nasty emails I sent. But, oh, well, what can you do?
The young intern that you made cry over at Marvel.
But you know what I went through to get those codes.
Yes, Jason had a hard time getting his codes.
Yeah. Sean Connery had an easier time getting that Lecter than I did getting those codes.
Costed you a Sky Striker, I think.
Let's not talk about the Sky Striker.
Let's everybody calm down, all right? Everybody take a breath.
Jared, is that Power Pack?
Very good, Delvin.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, for anybody interested in what's going down with the art today, it is definitely Power Pack. Good eye. This is a commission for our friends over at Unpacking the Power of the Power Pack. Pat, you want to take it from there?
Can't stop the packing of the Power Pack because the Power Pack can't stop.
Nailed it in one.
I don't know if that was the right.
That wasn't the right. No. You button hooked me there. You button hooked me.
They asked for a commission piece that I think they're going to use on their website or whatever. So I did a little amalgamation of Power Pack, and they asked for Franklin Richards, so I added him down here. And anyway, I'll be inking and perhaps coloring that while we're doing the show today.
So technically, instead of the Power Pack, it's more like the Future Foundation.
I'm going to leave you on Uber Nerd Island all by your lonesome because I don't know what that's all about.
I have a lot of comic books here.
I know what he's talking about.
Dude's never heard of Blue Devil, but he's got this on lock.
It's the Fantastic Four. It's their foundation, the Future Foundation.
Yeah, it's like they're up and coming.
I believe
in it.
I was going to ask Delvin, did you subscribe to the new Fantastic Four that Dan Slott's writing?
Yeah, I have. I have. I started late, so I didn't read the first issue, but I've read 2 through 4, and I have 5 waiting for me at some point to read.
Yeah, I've really been enjoying that. I think he's doing a great job.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, Slot did an amazing job on Amazing Spidey for a decade.
Yeah, he's a talented writer, no doubt about that. They sure gave it to the right guy to move forward with.
He was my guy on She-Hulk. He did a really good run on She-Hulk.
He's also doing Iron Man as well.
If you're in the audience and you're asking yourself, didn't Jared say they were going to record a Longbox Crusade? They're just jibber jabbering. Is this what they always do?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, this is how we always start. Got to warm up.
Yeah, it's called warm up.
Don't dive right into a Longbox Crusade, man. You'll pull a muscle.
Drop a lung, blow out an O-ring.
I mean, usually it's about 10:30 at night, and I'm like, okay, guys.
we're all so peppy right now. We're like, woo! Guys,
that's true.
Yeah, this. Shut up, Jason.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to talk comic books on our comic book podcast. What was I thinking?
I think there is an audio file one time of Dylan just like, hey, shut up.
You shut up, and you shut up, and you shut up, and let's go.
I'm tired. I want to go sleep.
You know what? I don't even know the name of all the Power Pack members. I know this is Alex, and I know this is Franklin. I don't know these 3.
They don't count.
And I've read some Power Pack, and I've liked it recently. I've I passed on it. I was like, look, kitty when I was younger. This for kids. I got some in a grab bag, and I read it. I was like, this isn't bad.
Wait, there's a Katie. I think there's a Katie.
I got 2 girls over here. One small, one bigger. I don't know.
That's what I said about tricks.
Somebody makes a rainbow. That's all.
That's Lucky Charms.
That's if we all haven't read the issue.
John Beatty says, pull a muscle. There's not a muscle in there to pull. Dazed and confused. Tim says, oh, Jared.
That's good.
I like
Crusader
the laughing
Wayne,
faces
yeah.
that they have on the chat. They look like they're mushed.
Who's Bush?
Tim says Alex, Julie, Jack, and Katie.
Nobody likes to show off Tim Price.
I was waiting for somebody. I knew one of those folks out there had the answer.
I knew two of them. I knew Katie. I was like, "There's Katie. It's Katie."
Alex, Franklin,
I was
Raphael.
Yeah, Spanky,
Ashley Larry.
Alfalfa.
Oh crap! I really did just pull a bunch of laughing.
Simon, Theodore, Elvin,
Sheer Bear,
Grumpy Bear.
oh goodness,
Jughead.
I've got the power.
Jughead.
That's what Tim says, Jughead.
Man at Arms. Oh goodness.
Well, if you guys are ready, we can get to it.
Let's do it.
Rainbow
Yeah.
Dash.
I'll get my script.
That's is Rainbow Dash? Isn't that a pony? Not that I would know. Not like I'm a grown. I do have.
That's what I heard.
I do have
anyway.
a girl, a daughter. So.
Okay, Pat. It's fine, man.
And
Hey,
collection of all of them.
guess who responded to us saying that we're gonna be covering Flash 204 and do it live stream?
Who?
Ooh.
A fellow by the name of John Livesay.
What's he say?
Well, he's the inker.
Ah.
Oh,
Well, tell him to hop on the chat.
I can say something. I mean,
I'm not a
hopefully
brony.
he has anything bad to say. I mean, he's no Mike Espedito.
Oh, he doesn't have to know that. We don't have to tell him.
He could tell us how he really did all the work.
He could be watching.
Howard Porter's just a hack or something,
Yeah, that Porter. What does he know? He can mock my inking of this drawing right here. He can be like, dude, people pay for that? Screw you, man.
That's true.
Hey. Look, man, we don't need more than one John Beatty on this chat.
Well, if you guys are ready, do you want to get started or do you want to just chit chat a little bit more?
Nah, let's get started. Why not?
Let's do it.
Yeah. So like we said, folks, we're going to go through, try to do a Longbox Crusade episode. We're going to try
Real hard.
This is this is like our third attempt to try.
Yes.
Yeah, we were gonna do it on Wednesday, but Jared came down with measles.
It was the Junta virus.
Editing to do. Yeah.
H1N1 perhaps.
Yeah. I had to try to get some editing done. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode that dropped on Saturday, number 25, with T Price.
Could you believe that that's 25 episodes back?
No, I can't believe that.
Don't get him started again.
Man, I can't believe that. 25 episodes we've done of Chronicles. Wow.
And here we are on 17.
Yeah, well, 20. It'd be 20 with the lost episodes.
With the lost episodes. That's right.
We have some more lost episodes coming up. So if you are a Crusader Club member, you'll get access to that before anybody else does. Look for some dropping this Wednesday. There'll be still some other lost stuff that we still have to get out. So become a member, and you can get in on it, on the fun that we have.
We do have fun.
Uh-oh. Oh, Delvin's singing in the chat.
I'll see. You picked it up.
25 was a good show, says Ivan. Thank you, Ivan. It was awesome. Obviously, lots of editing on me, says Tim. True.
Well,
Hey,
Don't feel bad, Tim. They edit me a lot too.
Yeah, it was kind of a battle between Jason and Tim.
yeah.
They call it Jason level editing.
When you're all done, you're looking at all the clips on the cutting room floor. You got to sweep them up. For this one, I needed a shot back.
Production value.
Don't. He's our Jonesy, remember? Oh.
All right.
Tim wants to challenge Jason to an editing showdown.
Hey, Tim, you don't have to do the editing, so.
Yeah, if nobody really wins, I'm here to
No,
tell you.
I'll tell you how they.
Well, I know who's win. Jason would have to edit it now that he's joined our editing crew.
Yeah, that's how they cured me of my editing problems. They made me start editing myself, and I'm like, this is really hard.
Nothing wakes you up to being a better recorder than having to edit.
Well, boys, I say we do this.
Come
Do it
on.
live.
You're ready. Okay. So let's go. Let's make the sausage.
Peter.
It's always a sausage.
Oh boy.
Jason, can you speak a little bit closer to your mic?
If you really would like me to.
Ooh,
I'd
that's,
like
that's
to
hot
do-
right there.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
There we go.
just so it's better for the podcast. See, this is the stuff we got to do too, and tell Jason how to use his stuff. No, just kidding.
Only 45 episodes under his belt.
I'm
Hey,
starting
did
to
you
figure
guys
it out.
know? I can't believe it. We've done 25
Oh,
episodes.
boy.
Oh, here we go.
You'll get that joke in number 26.
I personally am waiting for the Flash Gordon SMT to drop.
More production value.
Oh, that'll be next, and that'll be next.
Yes.
Keep an eye on it. Just about done with editing our James Bond, so that'll be dropping this week as well too. So, boy, a lot on the editing.
Oh, we're getting it's Octopussy, right?
Octopus, yep. It's Octa.
He's bleeping himself live, everybody.
or as I can't remember the guy who kept saying it in the movie. Octopussy.
Octopussy.
Octopus.
Kamal
Kamal
Khan.
Khan.
Yes, he just let it linger. Octopussy. It was cool.
It would have been
So
cooler if Gobinda had giggled every time he did it.
What if Christopher Walken was the bad guy in Octopus?
Oh, that would have been grand.
He should be the bad guy in all the movies, but
You have a nasty hack of survival, Mr. Bond.
That is a spot on Chris Walken.
I thought so. I've been working on it. I've learned what.
Speaking of
what
which,
not
if you're
to
a
do
Crusaders
over
Club member, you should go listen to the preview for Chubbins and Sweetums. They're cops.
Yes.
I'm overly proud of that.
Yes. If you've listened to Chubbins and Sweetums, let us know what you think in the chat.
If you've been over to our Crusaders Club page and listened to Chubbins and Sweetums, your life has probably changed if you have.
Mhm.
Speaking of Chubbins and Sweetums, we should start with this
Yes.
podcast.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice segue, Doug.
Good way, Dylan.
Thank
Good
you.
one,
Thank
Dylan.
you.
Good one.
Hold up my script.
He's
Again.
trying to take my segues.
We know better than to take things around here, right? We never do that for humor.
No. Tim
Hey,
says
shut
it's
that
in my
ice up.
queue.
Hear that ice?
All right, let's do this, boys. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Start recording the podcast here. Okay, here we go. You're listening to the Longbox Crusade podcast, episode 17, featuring The Flash 207 from April of 2004.
Awesome Joe November music.
Oh, go ahead.
Chronicles. That's Chronicles.
Okay, ready?
Oh, wait, it's not the same?
Yeah.
It's the same but different.
Yes.
Man, oops. Sorry.
They're all awesome.
They are. All right, let's go. Ready?
Yep.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Longbox Crusade, a podcast where each episode a random date and year is chosen and then an issue is selected for the over 20 plus long boxes that have been collected over the last 40 years and stashed away in my basement, right next to my brand new cotton candy machine.
Somebody played with the script.
Oh, somebody Ron Burgundied you.
Each episode will summarize, review, and reminisce about the issue, ads, and events of the time period. So I'm your host, Pat Sampson, and with me is Jared Albrick, the yard sale artist, aka Death Probe.
I don't remember any of you guys. Wait, how do you even know that I'm Death Probe? I thought my secret identity, nobody knew it. I struck a bargain with Jason, and he made it so no one will remember that I'm Death Probe.
I'm Spectre, baby.
Your hair's a lot grayer than it normally is.
And that's as far as we thought this bit out. Nice to be here.
Yeah, very good to have you. I'm glad you're here. Well, let's begin about Spectre. Let's go ahead and talk to him. Jason Albrick, the Weasel Skull.
Hey guys, I think we're being watched. Anyway, glad to be here.
Well, let's go ahead and roll into Delvin. Delvin Williams, the Dark
You sound
Web.
depressed.
I am. I don't know.
I like him.
We like Delvin.
Oh no, I didn't mean it that way. I'm just
going into Delvin.
I'm waiting to hear what Delvin's got to say.
Well, I am not that happy myself because, like, I hear they're throwing a parade for me.
Ooh.
But like, I tell them not to do it because every time there's some bad crap that happens every single time, and yet they were like, "Oh, let's throw a parade! Let's throw a parade!" It was like, no. Anyway,
I think every Flash episode or issue that we've read thus far for this podcast has involved a parade.
Parade that's gone wrong.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, happy Delvin Day either way, Delvin.
Yeah.
Well, thank
Happy
you.
Dark Web Day.
I mean, it doesn't mean that much. I mean, they throw one for me every month, so
That's what I heard too.
Oh, how come we never get invited to, like, start the parade off or anything like that?
I mean, I don't throw them for myself. You'll have to take it up with the planners. It's not just me. I just show up.
Well, then maybe next time I'm going to ruin it.
Like Trickster.
But you call me the Tapster.
I like it.
That's my evil name now. Tapster. I'm going to tap you out.
Let's go to the Trapster. I like it.
Huh. I just came up with that. Good one, Pat.
Clever.
Well, now that we got some opening chit chat done, let's go ahead and, guys, it's been a while since we've done a Longbox Crusade. Been quite a long time, I think, really.
Like a year.
Forever.
Yeah. It's been a while. So let's find out what your current crusade is, since it's been quite a long time. Jared, what's your current crusade?
The biggest thing on my radar right now is next weekend. We got a holiday weekend. I'm going to spend the whole weekend at a pediatrics clinic in Columbus, Georgia, painting cartoon characters and superheroes on the walls of the clinic. So it's going to be a huge undertaking. But my son Jordan's going to come with me, and we're going to paint some stuff on some walls and hopefully make some kids happy.
Sounds
Where's this,
interesting.
Jared?
In Columbus, Georgia.
It's like a hospital?
Yeah, it's a pediatrics clinic.
Okay.
Very
Cool. How'd you get hooked up with that?
One of the gals that I used to work with back in college at the movie theater, her life path has taken her into nursing. And on Facebook, she said, "Hey, does anybody know that anyone that can paint superheroes and cartoon characters on the walls of the hospital?" And well, here we are.
Let's see.
Nice.
Oh, Jed's a millionaire.
That's right.
Ken Phillips said, "Move away from there."
So that's what's up.
Hospital is where you need to be.
All right, I'm just going to keep talking.
Jared loaded up
Delvin, what crusade are you on?
And he moved to.
Well, like my life has been pared down to just a few things, making sure Miranda's happy, which I fail at constantly, and going to work, which I also don't do too good at, and then podcasting, where results may vary, and then there's jujitsu. And so it's been one of those four things relatively recently in jiu-jitsu. I put another stripe onto my blue belt, or I should say my first stripe onto my blue belt. So that journey continues. It's always tough, but really rewarding. And that's
very cool.
I don't know, Delvin, we lost you. I think Thanos got him.
Is anybody out there?
I think Thanos got you, Delvin. You there?
I am.
You kind of faded out. Yep. Oh, he's back.
Oh, he survived. All he's really got to do is pass it. All he's got to do is pass it to somebody.
Well, Delvin, I'm glad you asked what I'm doing right now. I'm on a crusade to, well, I got a couple things going on, but I think I've said this before, but I'm going to buckle down and I'm going to work on reorganizing my comic book collection. I got to do it this year. This is the year that it's happening, boys.
All right, I don't believe you.
I'm going to straighten it all up.
Said that last year.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I do.
Okay.
The more I say it, the more I do it. We'll get to it. I don't think, I think I got a lot of crusades going on. We got editing. We're growing the podcast here, so got a lot more things on our plates, but we're growing, and hopefully everybody else is enjoying what we're producing.
I know I am.
I am. Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I probably listen to them like, boy, at least, once.
That's good.
Good track record there, Pat.
Yeah, maybe I should make that my Crusaders to actually listen to our podcast.
Keep it simple. Set that bar low, Pat.
Yeah. Speaking of selling ourselves short, Jason, what crusade do you have?
Well, I'm continuing my crusade to read the James Bond novels. I've been a James Bond fan for many, many years, and I'm ashamed to say I have not read all of the novels, even all of the Flemings. And so I've been working my way through those. So still going on.
How far have you gotten?
Well, reading them chronologically, I've read the first two, which were Live and Let Die, and then I've read three: Casino Royale, Live and Let Die, Moonraker. The next one I believe is Diamonds Are Forever. But I kind of jumped to the end because I got Anthony Horowitz's new Forever in a Day, and I hear that's really good. So I started reading that one. That's the one I'm working on now. So I've been doing that. And then other than that, it's been a constant battle against the snowfall and keeping my driveway and sidewalk free of snow.
Doing the same thing.
Yep.
Cool. Well, speaking about shoveling the driveway.
Somebody shut up that goddamn dog.
I know, they just keep barking and barking.
Oh, sorry. Tombstone.
All right. Well, we invite you to see. Now I'm screwing up live now. See what you did to me, Jason? Bah. Hold on.
These people are really. This is the real experience.
This is the show, yeah.
Everybody who's suffering through this, welcome to the show.
We're doing it live.
Dog's just telling you your dog's crusade.
They bark. That's all they do is bark. Dogs, they got an easy life. Someday I wish I could have their life.
I've thought the same thing about my cats.
You do have their life. You show up and you ruin our podcast. I kid.
Good one.
Jason's a valuable member of this team.
Yes.
Without him, it would be all tomfoolery.
Mm-hmm.
He's the Katie to our power pack.
Yes, and I am the Raphael.
I would say I'm alfalfa, but you know what? That's just really horribly.
And I'm the Mr. Roper. Was it to get the bug eyes?
Janine.
Was that Mr. Roper or was that
Yes, it is.
no? Well, yeah, Mr.
Don
Roper.
Knotts.
Yeah, who was the other guy?
Jack's
Jack.
friend. Who
There's
I
two
can't
managers.
There's two men. We should keep going with the
Yeah,
script.
remember we're doing a show?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. All right. We invite you to be a part of the show by submitting your comments and memories, which will be read later on in the show. All links and pictures for this episode are in the show notes, which can be found on the website longboxcrusade.com. Please add the podcast to your favorite podcast feed or on iTunes. Yeah, that sounded right. Okay. You can also follow the podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter by the handle @Longbox Crusade. We hope you come along with us on this crusade to read them all.
Read them all. Oh, sorry.
Read them all. Mr. Furley, thank you.
This is why the live chat is so useful.
Exactly. Let's see. Now, before we get started with this episode's issue, let's take a quick podcast promo break from a friend of the show, and we will be right back.
Who's going to be the chat checker? Who's checking the chat?
Who's checking the chat?
I've been on it.
All right. Well, we're in our first break. If you want to be entered for the free giveaway at the end, that's not the Crusaders Club giveaway, because that's for Crusaders Club members. If you're a member, you're already entered. But if you want to be entered for the small giveaway at the end for people who suffered through this whole thing, just go ahead and put in the chat, I suffered.
Who's tracking that?
And as we see, I suffered's.
Can I enter?
Yes. As we see, I suffered's. We'll call those out, I guess, on the next break. We can scroll through the chat, or somebody can kind of keep an eye on it and jot them down as they're flowing through. Either way, we'll find them. We'll find them.
We gonna find you. We gonna find
So let's see where we leave off here. Blasted and Stash says Roper was Don Knotts and Mr. Furley. And Ivor says, "Oh my days, editing this episode is going to be hell."
They're all like this.
They're all like this.
This is not an exaggeration.
This is one of the better ones, actually.
Usually what happens is, folks, since you're here to see the sausage made, we take this raw audio. I take it. I cut out all the stuff that's not show, so about 3 hours of material. Put that into a separate track. Then we've got pure show. I put timestamps for Pat to tell him what certain effects he might want to add at certain times. Then I also provide him that second track to say, here's all the stuff you can go through if you want to look for outtakes. So Pat takes Pat takes that raw stuff that's kind of cleaned up. He puts in all the effects, combs through the 3 hours of additional material, puts the outtakes on the end, and that's how we make it.
That's how we make it. Tim knows it. Dave knows it. From Blasted and Stash It, Dave's been on.
Speaking of Dave, where's old Ben?
I don't know.
Feel betrayed.
Yeah, so do I.
Maybe he's spending time with his family.
Boo.
Looks like we're
I see
looking
that as
for a
straight
new
face.
#1 fan, folks. So if anybody's interested, give me a hashtag. Put out there hashtag Down with Dave.
No one is entered into the I suffered because nobody wants to stay to the end.
Ooh, then maybe I should put my name in. That's a price. Dave's on vacation. Still, I'm sure they get Wi-Fi wherever he's at.
What's the prize? Maybe we should tell them what the prize is. And then we'll see if they want to suffer.
They are going to be bitterly disappointed, aren't they? All right, I'll do the prize. It's more trading cards, folks. If you're into some classic old school trading cards, we've got some more. I think we're down to our last pack of G.I. Joe.
Ooh.
And we've got 3 of the high-end stadium clubs for Batman Returns. So that's the little free giveaway at the end of the show. You will get some more trading cards.
Hey.
Should I leave them here, like tantalizing?
Mm-hmm.
Like there we go.
Good.
Those could be yours. All you got to do is hang around for the next 6 hours.
Hopefully it's not 6 hours because, I got things to do.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
because Jason's gonna get kicked out of the room in 28 minutes,
Hey, Ron's here. Hi, Ron.
like an episode of 24.
hey, Tim Price is in on the I Suffered, and Ronald went with I Agonized, so we'll take that.
I'm with you, Pat. I'm with you. We gotta finish this podcast.
We should do that. Oh, man.
We're running out of time.
We should think about that. That's not a bad idea. We should do like a 24-hour Longbox Crusade.
What?
Ooh,
On drugs?
that'd be fun.
Pretty sure there's
No,
no.
Yeah, and then we can do like we can.
Remember
raise
that
money
time
for
that we tried to do
charity.
2 G.I. Joe issues in one night, and you and Jason were up at 2 a.m?
Yeah, it was like 5 hours or more.
God, dog.
See,
that
we
was
can
really-
do it.
And
I
then
think
at
it'd be
that, we
fun.
were like, we will never do this again.
Yeah, we could do it for charity.
Pretty sure that's what we decided to use the script.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of script, we
Speaking
should
of
probably get back to it. All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
You guys ready in the chat?
Yes.
Sure, I understand.
Oh, sorry,
Siri's ready.
Oh, there we go.
she's not. She doesn't understand me.
Susan Bennett in the house.
Hello, hello. Ivor says, wow, I guess I need to up my Patreon pledge. You guys are putting way more work for one episode than what I'm paying for.
That's right. Crusaders Club.
See
members,
what you
it's time
get
to
for a
step
buck.
up.
Tell
Getting
your
your
friends.
dollars worth, aren't you?
Yeah, you definitely are.
All right, I'm gonna blow my nose, and we're gonna get started. All right.
Well, good. Glad I could hear that.
Yep. It's not for everyone.
Oh boy, that joke. blew.
He said it blue.
All right, here we go. Back to it. Oh, we gotta. Okay, here we are in the script. Okay, there we go. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back from the promo break. Let's get to today's adventure from the Longbox is The Flash, Volume 2 from number 207. Got a cover date of April 2004. So let's go ahead and check out the credits. The credits are from always Mike's Amazing World of Comics website. Make sure you check that out for all your comic credit needs. It's got a publisher of DC. Cover date is April 2004. Got an on sale date though of February 25th, 2004. Cover price is $2.25.
That is a far cry from 30 cents.
I know. Boy, we jumped. So how many years have we jumped? A lot.
27 years. Inflation is an MF.
Editor is Joe Cavallari, or Joey Cavallari. Writer, Jeff Johns. Penciler, Howard Porter. Inker, John.
Esposito!
Oh.
It's not.
John Livesay.
Live say.
It's not the same.
It's not. It doesn't have the same ring to it.
You say, I say, we all live say. That's woo.
Boo.
Yeah, that's right. Kind of pitchy, Pat. Kind of pitchy.
Yeah, bitchy.
Letter is J. Napolitano.
It's Nick J. Napolitano.
Oh, what did I say?
That.
Nick J. Napolitano.
One more time, Pat, for the audio.
Nick J. Napoli. No, see, I got the Nick J. Napolitano.
We'll take it.
Okay. James Sinclair is the colorist. This was reprinted in The Flash, The Secret of Barry Allen trade paperback from 2005, or you can find it also on The Flash Omnibus Volume 3 hardcover from 2012. Got a cover credit. Artist is Michael Turner. And speaking of the cover, let's go ahead and give a cover description from Jared.
Happy to do so. For the dearly departed and immensely talented Michael Turner. The top of the cover sports the fairly retro Flash logo in its classic block letters with a color fade going from orange down to yellow. Michael Turner provides his distinctive style to a standing pose of Flash. Simple, but very effective. The colorist does some fine background work with some classic yellow streaks and lightning effects on the mostly red cover. This cover just screams Flash from top to bottom. And speaking of the top, there's a cover blurb that says, "A new race begins." And since we've got Jonesy here with the sound effects, what do you suppose it sounds like when the Flash swoops in and stops with a lightning bolt? Oh, okay. There's more than I thought.
That's high production right there.
It was.
I thought he was spitting on something. I was like,
I did too.
I got to dodge that. Oh, well, thank you for that awesome cover description. Well, let's see what you guys thought about the cover. We'll start with Jason. What's your thoughts on the cover?
I like the cover a lot. I particularly like the colors. It's fairly simple, different shades of red, oranges, and yellows, but it comes together just brilliantly. Fairly simple pose, just looking at the Flash head on, but it's Michael Turner, so, you know, what can you say? It looks pretty awesome. So, yeah, I guess in synopsis, I'd say simple, effective, beautiful colors, and a beautiful cover. I'll turn it back to you, Pat. What do you think?
I am going to agree with you as well, too. I really thought this cover really stood out to me. It's got the orange, the lightning is what just kind of really grabs me around it. I like that kind of effect, and I'm a sucker for that effect, I guess, around the Flash. Yeah, how's it go? It's really simple. It's a really simple drawing, I think, as well too, and just not a lot going in the background. And I like the beginning and the top. It says "A new race begins." So, really interested in the cover or the story that this provides. So, how about you, Delvin?
I'm sure at some point when I was reading this back in the day, I knew why they did the reset they did. I can't remember now since this was 15 years ago. So this cover does what it's supposed to do. It's like that new restart, and hey, this is the Flash and this is what he's about. That's what the book was about, and that's kind of what the cover was about too. And they got a hotshot artist, Michael Turner, to do the cover. So it did exactly what it was supposed to do. I'm blanking. Jason's already go. Jared, have you talked about this?
I haven't. I kind of tipped my cards in my description though, and
Okay.
You hit the nail on the head. This is a perfect quote unquote relaunch cover. You can look at the cover from across the room and be like, I bet they're starting a new story arc. And
I mean, I tell you what, I love to have those quads. I mean, those things.
There's him and there's Chun-Li from the Street Fighter game.
Yeah, boy. I was looking at that chest too, man. That chest is on.
Oh yeah, he's on it. Freaking
Yeah.
Flash, you know. Didn't skip leg day. Didn't skip chest day.
Turner's a little more famous
Probably
for
workouts
drawing
are
women.
probably- His workouts are probably really easy for him. He does them really fast.
Anyway,
Is Mike on?
anyway, I think everybody said it great. It's simple, it's effective. You can tell it's a new launch. It's a great cover, man. And it's Michael Turner. Rest in peace, Mike. It's time for the story synopsis. And I see you fake talking. You're fake talking.
Well, you guys weren't listening to me.
No, we
heard it.
You were like, Jared, tell me about the cover. And jokes and jokes and jokes and jokes.
Oh, so when the table is turned.
I mean, I didn't say there's wrong with it. I just say that's what happened.
No respect at all. Well, let's go ahead and get into the synopsis. And that is going to be provided by, I can't remember.
Jason.
I think Jason's got it.
Okay.
That's going to be
Pat. Okay. That's going to be provided by Jason.
All right. Thanks, Pat. The title is called Rush Hour, and Wally West is still coming to grips with the after effects of his battle with Zoom in the best way he knows how, by racing through his city and helping those who need it most. His wife, Linda, however, is having a more difficult time adjusting, and the Scarlet Speedster is heartbroken to return home to an empty apartment and a letter from Linda saying that she needs space. Meanwhile, the story cuts to the Rogues, led by Captain Cold, seeking to recruit Dr. Alchemy into their organization, while simultaneously planning to rain on a parade planned for the Flash by Keystone City. We return to Wally's apartment, where he is approached by Hal Jordan, who is currently in the mantle of the Spectre. Apparently, Hal made a decision to erase the minds of Wally and Linda after the tragic effects of their battle with Zoom. And to be honest, I'm not entirely sure what's happened here, but it doesn't look like it was good, and it doesn't seem to have worked as planned. No sooner has the Flash concluded his conversation with Hal than the Rogues attack the Flash Day Parade, and Wally finds himself squaring up against Plunder, Trickster, and Tar Pit. The three Rogues are giving the Flash all he can handle when a new player enters the fray. Abracadabra, leading a trio of golden giants. And that's it. Back to you, Pat.
All right. Thanks a lot, Jason, for that awesome story description, story synopsis. Let's go ahead and find out what everybody thought about this story. I'm going to start with Delvin this time.
Okay. Already tipped my hat to what I thought of the story overall. Just seemed to be one of those palate cleanser type stories, but it made me think about Jeff Johns as a writer and what he's good at. And he knows how to redefine a universe. Mark Waid is the one who laid down a lot of foundation for the modern day Flash when it was Wally West, and Jeff Johns kind of came back and he revitalized that Rogues Gallery. And he's such a good job of just getting down to basics. And this was the start of that, where he could have gone with the surefire Captain Cold, who is just one of the roguest of Rogue Gallery, but he went with some of the newer guys instead to kind of set the tone. So I liked all of that with the book.
All right. Let's go ahead and Jason, what do you got?
Well, with a fresh set of eyes, I haven't really followed the Flash comic during my Crusades. I've been a fan of Jeff Johns, and I think Delvin really hit the nail on the head there. I've always appreciated how Jeff Johns really respects the characters and can kind of tap into what makes the characters work. And specifically within this issue, I liked how they were able to recruit, what was his name, Dr. Alchemy, with first edition Catcher in the Rye book. It seemed kind of out there, but it just kind of shows a layer of the Rogues that a lot of other writers don't catch. They're just kind of B or C team villains, but when Jeff Johns gets a hold of them, he kind of creates this unique world. So I enjoyed that aspect of it. I felt like I could kind of come on board as a new reader and take off here. I had some questions, like I alluded to in my summary, about what exactly Hal Jordan did and what transpired between the battle between Zoom and the Flash that kept getting referenced in this story. So I had some questions there.
Ooh.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't ask. But overall, I thought the story was really well done, really laid out. The art was beautiful, and there was enough action and energy to keep me engaged.
Jason, I can tell you this much about Professor Zoom that I remember from the comic. Like the whole idea of Zoom. Oh boy, I could be messing this up, but Zoom, in a way, had like a very it was kind of a hatred, but it's almost like an admiration of sorts for Flash,
Mm-hmm.
to where he wanted to push him to be the ultimate hero. And by making him be the ultimate hero, he wanted to be Flash's ultimate villain. So he always put him in these situations where, I mean, if he didn't go full out, all out heroics, he like everything would be ruined. And I think this was one of those cases where he knew who Flash was and he went after who Wally loved and made him make a big decision. And man, I'm telling you, this is some hazy thinking going on here. So like if some of this is wrong, then I'm more than willing to get torn apart by any DC continuity folks.
You know, I was reading this back in the day too, and I want to say that storyline resulted in like the death of he and his wife's children.
They mentioned that in the comic, so I got that. I just wasn't sure. And it seemed like Hal Jordan as the Spectre came in and erased that memory originally in order to spare them that pain, but somehow something happened and they got the memories back. That's where I was getting a little confused. But like I said, overall, I thought the story was really well done and it laid the groundwork. And it made me want to pick up the next issue to see what happens.
I want to tangent slightly. Man, DC made some crazy decisions. Like you take Hal Jordan, who now is, you know, back to being Green Lantern, and they did a whole thing that they brought him back to being Green Lantern. But
yeah, Jeff Johns did that too.
yeah, and it was in a brilliant book. But in normal continuity, in regular continuity, like they had Green Lantern, Hal Jordan just go nuts, and he became Parallax. And then they decided the Parallax thing wasn't going so well, and then they turned him into the Spectre. And it's like, wow, that's ballsy. You know, some people, you know, you kind of do a little bit of messing around with a character that's been around forever like that, but Hal Jordan not as Green Lantern. I saw him as Spectre. I'm like, dang, that is a change. I forgot that he was Spectre and served as Spectre for some years since he's been Green Lantern for some time again. But yeah, I forgot that they did that with him, and that's just a crazy switch to me.
Yeah, they were bouncing him all around there for a few years.
I think that just shows just what you could do with that character. I mean, he had, you know, he could play different roles as needed, but you can still bring him back to being Green Lantern. Hal's my Green Lantern for Green Lantern as the Green Lanterns go. So he's my Green Lantern. I don't know.
I never read a ton of Green Lantern before the reboot, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the main hero they had in the book was probably Kyle Rayner, Green Lantern.
Kyle Rayner came around the 50s
At this time, I believe this was a Kyle Rayner world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and I mean, he's still around today as a part of the Corps, but yeah. I think they made a good decision bringing Hal back to the forefront as the Green Lantern, where he's supposed to be. I mean, it's nice to have him in other sandboxes, but you know, he belongs as the Green Lantern.
Agreed.
Well, you know, I think, not to throw more of a tangent here or, you know, go off subject, but what about, since we're talking about the Flash, what about Barry or Wally?
Oh, man. I've been talking a lot. If anyone else wants to take this, please go ahead.
Just asking who our favorite is.
Yeah.
Well, your favorite, or what your thoughts on,
I'm a Wally guy, but mainly because I started reading Flash after Barry had died. Spoiler alert, everybody. From like 1985 or something. But so yeah, I've always really liked Wally. I've liked his attitude and just enjoyed the character.
You sure you didn't like him for his muscular body?
Well, I mean, doesn't
Those
hurt.
washboard abs.
I mean, he's a nice guy and a good superhero, but I don't like him.
Jason, do you have a favorite between Barry?
Yeah,
Wally?
I have to agree with my brother. I kind of started reading the Justice League coming in about the Wally West time, so that's the one I'm most familiar with. I have nothing against Barry. I enjoy a comic with Barry Allen, but I guess if I had to choose one, I'd go with Wally West.
All right.
I'm with
Kevin?
him, Pat. Before you even transition, I started with Wally West. Barry Allen was long dead, and they did a good job of establishing Wally West as the Flash. I collected Flash for quite some time until they did the Rebirth, and then went to the New 52, and then I tried to follow it for a bit, and then they canceled it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm done. I was through with it. I did collect it for a while, and of course Barry Allen is back as being the Flash now, and I don't have an issue with that. Barry seems like a cool guy, but I started with Wally, so Wally's my dude. Do you have a choice, Pat?
I'm going to go with Barry because I haven't read a lot of Wally. Although I do picked up, that's why I have this issue, is through the Jeff Johns. I picked up the 3 omnibuses to read through that of John's run. Yeah, so those are really big books. I'll tell you, you can knock somebody out with that. But they're really really nicely done. So, and I wanted to read. I really like Jeff Johns, what he did with Green Lantern, because that's one of my bigger heroes there is Green Lantern. I love Hal Jordan.
He did a great run on Green Lantern. I think my favorite Jeff Johns run was on JSA. I love that book.
I wanted to pick up some of that too. So I really like how how Jeff Johns puts stories together. So, and he's got that. I just like the love that he has for the history of DC.
Yes, agreed.
He did a great run for the Avengers as well.
That's right, he did. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, the search for She-Hulk
and I mean, for Pete's sake, he made Jack of Hearts worth reading. And I mean, Jack of Hearts and Ant-Man, and like really, like, and if you think about it, and that just goes to show you, if you have a good enough writer. It's really about the characters, and it doesn't have to always be those mega level characters doing the stuff. If you write it good enough, people are going to want to read about it and listen to it. So
definitely. Let's get to Jared. What's your thoughts on the story?
Well, like I said, I was reading this back in the day. I was subscribing to it, so this is a reread for me, if you will. I remember really liking this story. I feel like Delvin and I are kind of in lockstep here because I was like, this is good. The art is great. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the story was really engaging. It was a good refresh. I remember he became a mechanic at the police station. Aside from that, though, I don't remember a lot, which kind of tells you something about the story in hindsight. If I don't remember that much, it wasn't that impactful. But I still remember it being fun. And that's kind of my overall take on the story. I was like, this is fun. But am I super drawn in? Not necessarily, but do I regret reading it? Not at all. It was fun.
All right. Very cool.
It's worth mentioning that art, by the way. The cover art was great, but Howard Porter, he draws a solid book.
He's jumping ahead. He's jumping ahead.
He can draw a little bit.
It's scrapped.
Sorry.
See, Dylan hasn't been on a Longbox Crusade in a while.
It has. None of us have.
A lot of practice.
That's true. I keep finding myself going.
Dropping
So,
our
what are we
shield.
going to score this one, guys? We don't do it on the Longbox Crusade.
Yeah, I was waiting for that too, to be honest. I was like, what are we going to score this cover?
8 candy pipes.
No, they got to be real pipes. You can't smoke through a candy pipe.
You'll take the pipes we give you, Samson.
All right. I guess so. You guys are right. But anyway, let's get some of my thoughts on here.
Hang on, I'll pass. I'll be a pro. I'll pass it to you.
Okay.
Pat, what are your thoughts on this?
Oh, Jared, I'm glad you asked. Well, I did have some questions about not sure what was happened before this with his wife and his kids, as I haven't gotten that far into reading it yet. So I'm kind of interested about that story. And it sounds like Delvin may know a little, but not the whole story. So I was going to see what he knew. No?
Outcome hazy, you know.
Okay. That's okay.
Like I said in my recap, I remember reading this and it being fun, but it didn't stick with me. It didn't stick. I don't remember what happens.
Yeah, same here. Like it would be a if I could ever get through the comic books that are in my current collection and the books that I have and stuff, like I wouldn't mind doing a deep dive of Flash just to see what happened, because I think this story went on for a couple of years at least.
Maybe someone should do a Flash podcast.
There's one out there, right? We got someone's doing a Flash podcast somewhere, aren't they?
I don't know.
It's too fast. We can't hear it.
You play it back at 2x speed and
I just got a couple more notes here that I wrote down when reading it through. I found a really cool quote that I really liked, and it says, "Going through each day one step at a time." I thought reading that kind of really meant a little bit and hit me right in my heart there with all that I've been going through lately. So I like that. As a really cool quote to see. Let's see. I like how he compares himself. How he was comparing himself a lot to Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman in this.
he was like, Batman's gruff and Superman is a Boy Scout and Wonder Woman is just blah, 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 blah. I was like, dang, dude. That's harsh.
Yeah, say that to Wonder Woman's face and see what happens.
She's all like, save the rainforest.
Oh, man.
I did like that though. It's kind of neat and interesting to, his take on it at least.
Yeah, I mean, at least they gave him a unique voice. It's funny in retrospect, but it's a unique voice. So there you have it.
Yeah, I like how he's able to slow down time and then can see what's going on everywhere. I like that and how they showed it. That's one of the powers I think he has that is really cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, he tracked down that bullet that way. He heard the gunshot.
Yeah.
And I mean, for him to find one bullet and to see where it was, that's crazy. He had to travel super fast to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really unique display of his powers. I like that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that plays into your original question about Barry versus Wally. They really uncorked his power set with Wally. Like Barry was fast. Wally is ridiculously fast. He started vibrating through things to explode them. And this whole freezing time thing, they really pushed his power boundary, which I thought was great.
Yeah, you can tell that at some point they're storyboarding this, that either Jeff sat down with himself or maybe there's like a brain trust that he sat down with and said, let's talk about what a person who can travel faster than the speed of light can do. What can he do? And rather than just, he runs fast.
Yeah.
So that becomes all sciencey and interesting. And you can apply it in a lot of different ways. And it becomes a cool story or cool ways to work that into the story.
Definitely.
Yep. I just got a few more things on my notes. I like seeing the Rogues, getting to know them and their introduction. I am enjoying the story of this. I liked, and I think this is a great jumping on point. When I picked this issue, I didn't know what it was. And it was, to me, after reading it, it's like, oh, this is a really great jumping on point for someone that wanted to get back into Flash. You could point them to this issue. It would tell you what kind of was happening on before, and you're just off and running again. Pun intended. And that's what I like. So I think anybody else have anything on the story?
Nope. That's good.
I'm good.
All right. Well, then let's see what everybody thought about the art in the story. We'll start with Jared.
Oh, well, I definitely mentioned earlier, I think Howard Porter's an amazing, amazing talent. And it's convenient that Delvin mentioned Mr. Livesay. Is that correct? Mr. Livesay, the anchor?
Either Livesay or Livesay.
Yeah. It just flipping through this, just looking at the inks too. Oh, man. There's some moments specifically in the warden's office where there's a lot of heavy shadow, and it adds a really great tone to that dark mood. When they get out to the parade, it's very, very bright and colorful, and the inks are not nearly as heavy. He knows what he's doing. This is a 1-2 combination of great art, great ink coming together and telling a fantastic story. So I've got 0 complaints here, and I will pass the pipe to Delvin.
As I was already tipping my hat to, I think Howard Porter had a very successful run with Grant Morrison on JLA.
Correct.
And he is just a steadily consistent artist. Actually, that's kind of a diss, and I didn't mean it that way. He's better than consistent. Just he knows how to create that universe. With JLA, everybody was neat and distinct, and he had a good rogues gallery as well. And the same thing here with Flash, where you can tell there's just several times where he's defining how his Flash is going to look. And he did a really good job with that. And with the rogues gallery here in Flash, all of the villains had certain looks to them. I'm staring at a picture of Tar Pit now that's really cool. Trickster looks young and kind of playful, like you could picture maybe a Carrot Top playing him in the movie, if there were a Flash movie that's ever going to come about. So there were definitely several parts in the book where Howard Porter just really did a fantastic job of differentiating between the characters. So that was cool. What do you think, Jason?
I think you guys hit the nail on the head. Like you, Delvin, I've always been a fan of Howard Porter, but just seeing this issue kind of reintroduced me to his work after I got familiar with him in Justice League. I really love the bright colors in here. It really speaks to the character. Flash to me has always been kind of the bright spot on the Justice League, and here that captures that really well. Even though the danger is very intense and very real, there's just positivity, I guess, is the only word I can really use to describe it, that you feel when you read this comic. I enjoy that quite a bit. I like the facial expressions, particularly in the conversation between Hal and Wally in the apartment. Yeah. I think the artist really nailed the facial expressions, which added a little more gravity to the moment. So overall, just really stunning artwork, and another great job by Howard Porter. What do you think, Pat?
Oh, I definitely agree with all you guys. This art in this is very, very cool and interesting. Very, very well done. I like, also I'm going to mention the color because, there's just so many different colors going on. And, when you see the Flash now, I see that electricity that's around him in that. And some people like it. Some people don't. I like it because I think it's really cool. And I think, later on in the newer ones too, they get even more really cool looking. Like who did the what's his name that did who was the artist on the when Barry came back before Flashpoint? Oh, what was his name? I can't remember.
Was it Ethan Van Sciver that did the return?
It was.
Was he the artist though, or was it?
He did the miniseries with Jeff Johns. It was Jeff
He did.
Johns.
No, so I'm then the one that when the issues that came after that, I'd have to look that back up again. But
Okay.
who was it?
Can't help you. I wasn't reading then. I let you down. Let us all down.
Oh well. But I think that our
Somebody check the
say
chat.
man,
Somebody check the chat. Somebody's screaming at us right now.
Somebody's screaming at us right now. Yeah.
Oh, but yeah. I really like that art and just the lightning around it. I agree with Jason too, just the storytelling that's going on as well.
Francis Manipul? Sorry.
Manipul. That's what I was thinking it was Manipul.
Thank you, J. David Weeder.
Oh, Dave. Hey, Dave. Glad to have you here. So I really like the art. I like, I'm going to see Hal. I see him turn to the Spectre as well too. I don't got much more to say besides what you guys had said. So with that, why don't we go into Jared's part of the show?
Yeah, I've got a question for everybody then, since we're talking about art. We haven't answered this one in a while, folks. Let's say you're at a Comic-Con and you're walking down the aisles and you look, and there is Mr. Howard Porter. And he's like, hey, I love the Longbox Crusade. You guys are awesome. And I like that issue. And I have every page that I drew, the original pages. And you can have one. Which page do you want, Jason?
You're on mute, Jason.
Sorry, Dad was calling Jared. So
Well, I said, hey.
I just hung up on him. I'll text him and let him know I'm podcasting.
It's like when you were in your room as a kid. I'm doing a podcast, Dad. I'll take out the garbage later.
I learned it from watching you, okay? I learned it from watching you.
Knock before you come in.
I think I would have to have the opening page with the credits and the Rush Hour title and the movement of Flash with, I always really dig those little like ghost images in the background and then it moves in the foreground with him with the electricity popping. I'm with Pat. I really like the electricity effects in the comics. So yeah, I'm going with the opening page right there.
That's not a bad choice. That's on my one of my two.
Well, I'll pass it to you then, Pat. Which one do you like?
Well, like I said, I like that first page, but then I also like page 16 of the story, where the suit's coming out of the ring.
Oh yeah, that was a good
lightening up, and then you see the zigzag again with the shadowing of him, and then you get that last action pose at the end.
Good choice.
I like that one. Delvin, what about you?
Tar Pit.
Trash can.
Yeah, I think I will go with Tar Pit. That picture of Tar Pit where Flash is running and then he kind of gets stopped and he's kind of leaning back like, whoa, it's Tar Pit. Like, and while Tar Pit isn't that huge of a threat for Flash normally, it is a kind of cool picture because it makes Tar Pit look like a menace. And then in Flash is having to stop and kind of like, take them all in like, hey, what threat is this? How am I going to handle this? So I thought that was cool. What do you think, Jared?
I'm going to keep the Rogues Gallery going. I'm going to pick a page that actually doesn't have the Flash on it, which is weird, but it's the page where Captain Cold and Heatwave and Weather Wizard are talking with, or recruiting, I guess, Dr. Alchemy. Mm-hmm. They haven't revealed him yet, but the three of them sitting there and Captain Cold looking all, well, cool. I just love that drawing of those three villains sitting there at the table, and then you got the Trickster who comes in a little later. I just really like it. There's some great Flash pages to pick from, but that trio of rogues, I think it's just great.
Yeah, those are probably the three main rogues. You got Mirror Master there. You got Weather.
Oh, is that who I thought that was Heatwave. My bad. That is Mirror Master.
Yeah, that's Mirror Master. Mirror Master, Captain Cold, and Weather Wizard, and all three of those are big time rogues in Flash's gallery.
Right, you are. My bad, Mirror Master. I'll take a little time to reflect on that.
Ooh, good one, Jared. Good one.
I get it.
Yay!
What do you guys think Captain Cold's drinking?
Iced tea.
It'd have to be. It looks like it's cold. So
Coffee with some brandy in it.
Don't get Pat all worked up.
yeah, we should be doing that. Anybody have anything else on the art?
I'm good.
All right. Let's go ahead and see if this brings back any memories from 2004 for you guys. Let's start with Jason. Got any memories of this?
Oh, yeah. It was a
Or
great
from the
time.
era?
2004, February 25th. I was deploying to Iraq for a year of my life. Spent fighting insurgents in the sandbox. So, not a whole lot of comic memories in there. Thanks for asking, Pat. Back to you, Jared.
Well, thank you for your service.
It's depressing, everybody.
You're welcome.
I was at Maxwell Air Force Base in Montgomery, Alabama. Best tour of my military career by far. And I remember picking this up at my local comic shop. Still friends with that owner to this day. In fact, I went back and did a store signing for him just a few months ago. Great guy named Rob at Capital City Comics, Montgomery, Alabama. And I believe I was boxing up and shipping Jason's comics to him every month at this point.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah, I think you were too. They weren't making it to me in Iraq, but I had a nice stash when I got home. It's what kept me going, man. It's what kept me alive. Wife and kids too, but you know, mostly the comics.
Delvin?
So, like the other two gents, I was in the military too. I believe I was in sunny Lompoc, California, at Vandenberg Air Force Base. And I cannot remember the name of the comic book store I was getting my comics from, but I remember that the guy who I was getting them from, his name was James Garner. And I was like, when he said that, I'm like, I looked at him like, no, it's not. He pulls out his driver's license, like, no fooling. My name is James Garner. I'm like, oh, no kidding.
Was it Rockford Comics?
No, it was not.
Rockford Comics.
I'm with him there. I'm with him. But I had to be getting my comic books from there. And I did that all the way until I left at the end of 2005.
Pat,
Yeah.
what you got going on 04?
You know, boy, I don't think I was doing a lot of stuff in comics at the time because newly having a family, getting started with that with kids. So, boy, my collection was low at the time. So not a lot going on for me in 2004.
Rehab.
Yeah. I probably was coming back rehab. You know how you get those ebbs and the flows of collecting, you know, because family started, but you still got that itch. So I would pick up some of the basics. You know, I'd be getting, you know, Batman and some other ones like that I was a little more diehard on and getting. But when I could, you know, when my wife would give me comic book money. I hate to admit that, you know. So it was either do I eat lunch or do I save the money for comics?
Sometimes you got to eat the filler.
Yeah.
Or read the comics.
So that's about the memory for me on that. So let's go ahead and since we are doing it live here, we have people in the chat that have been chitty-chatting around. Let's go ahead and see what we get a few thoughts on this comic. Have you read this comic before? Did you read it just for the show? Let's see what we got in the chit chat for right now.
Well, I've been looking, and while there hasn't been a ton of chat about the comic book itself, one of the things that HG was talking about was that he was happy. Green Lantern HG was that we had such a glowing recommendation for Hal Jordan. He was happy about that, and that we thought that Hal was the one true Green Lantern.
I love me some Hal Jordan. I'll show you guys if you guys can see. Well, you may not be able to see my ring. It's green.
That's legit.
That's my Hal Jordan ring because my wife wouldn't let me get a normal for the wedding ring. So I had to show my love.
It shouldn't be normal. It should be memorable.
Did your wedding vows include Brightest Day and Blackest Night.
Yeah, I guess if you take the sickness and the health, I guess.
There you go.
That's true.
Yeah. I was just waiting to see if we get any more chit chat going on. If not, we continue on. Just keep going, Delvin says. We will do that then.
Tim Price dipped out. He's a quitter.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's not welcome back on the show ever again.
That's not true. Be nice. Be nice to our fans, Jared.
No, all right. I'm a bad ambassador. Aaron Moss wants to know what comic we're talking about.
Flash 207.
Yep, Flash Volume 2, number 207 from 2004. All right, pull up my script, find out what's happening next. Somebody's got to do it.
Yep.
I'll
just keep going. So,
on.
ready?
Mm.
Here we go. That's going to bring us to the end of this part of the show. You got a comment or question, send us an email at contact@longboxcrusade.com or make a comment on the Twitter or Facebook or even the Instagram page. We'll be right back. All right. Woo. Hamilton versus
There you go.
a werewolf tale. Oh.
But what if one of them was a werewolf?
Intriguing. I like this.
White Rocket presents.
Proud.
All right, you guys ready? We're rolling.
Word.
All right. Bringing us back in 3, 2, 1. Do we get any, before we go, do we get any more people in joining the prizes? Did you see any?
Nope, but we could use this time to remind them.
All right, folks. If you want to win the unopened trading cards from yesteryear, all you got to do is write, I suffered in the chat. She suffered through this whole thing. We've got some retro cards for you, 3 packs of unopened Top Stadium Club Batman Returns cards, and I think our very last pack of unopened G.I. Joe trading cards could be yours, mailed to your front doors, but I suffered in the chat, and we'll poll a winner as we wrap up, which is, we're getting there. We're getting close.
There. Hey, Jared, do you have close by you a Crusader Club card?
I don't. They're in my other office.
Oh, okay.
I keep one in my wallet, which is not in my pocket right now.
Oh.
I'll go get one.
I don't have one.
I don't have one either. Maybe I should become a
earn them.
Y'all make sure to add names Aaron Headmoss and Green Lantern HG because they suffered.
All right. Who do we got? I'll write it down.
I believe it was Green Lantern HG, Aaron, Tim Price. There's one more.
Da-da-da-da. Got him here. You too could be a proud owner.
Oh, does Dave join? Blast it or stash it?
I'm scrolling up on chat. Ronald went as well. And that would be it.
So say him again for me real quick. That's why I said write him down.
I wasn't writing.
He was wronging.
I'm just sitting here laughing. That's all I'm doing.
Ronald went, Green Lantern HG, Tim Price, and Aaron Head Moss.
Okay. Sure, you guys get into Rick's in now. I see.
Yeah, Rick's been in for a bit.
No, he's. I'm suffering. He says.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm sure he's been suffering too since he joined, and anybody else that's in there.
But we love you all.
was gonna say,
Yeah,
just double
thank you guys
check.
for
Does
watching.
that mean he wants a prize, or is he just saying it? I'm suffering.
Can you go ahead and give us a picture of those cards? Ooh,
Wow.
Crusader Club member cards. They look cool.
Ooh, look at that. These are the coolest cards too. They're business card size and about business card weight, but they're made from this really thin PVC. Like I sat here and just tried as hard as I could to tear one, and they just won't tear. It's a really neat material.
Very cool.
Like that's me. I did that with my teeth, and it still wouldn't tear. It's a really neat material. It was recommended to me by my friends at the print shop. But yeah, those are the Crusaders Club cards. Most of you guys out in the club should already have these. If you haven't, there might be a problem with the mail or the address that I have for you. Please let us know.
Very cool. Also, don't forget to subscribe and like the YouTube page as well, too. Help us grow that community as well.
Please.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and get to it. Let's get to the next section.
Yep, let's go.
Here we go. So, welcome back from the break. We hope you liked the promo played from a friend of the show, and we'll give it a try. And we'll give... See, now I screwed up again.
Do it live.
Welcome back from the break. We hope you liked the promo played from a friend of the show. Now let's get into now it's time to scan through the featured issue of The Flash, Volume 2, 207 for the top ads that stood out to us in a segment called Add It Up.
Add it up. Add it up.
Add it up. Add it. I gotta bring up my ads. Hold on.
Oh, I've picked mine. Thanks to Delvin, who sent us pictures of the ads.
Yeah, I wonder if you and I are going to pick the same one, Jared.
I think we might.
They were in, when did, I'm trying to remember where you did that.
I think dropped them in the long box folder, I think.
Okay. Sorry, I am unprepared right now. Just get in there. 1 second. Okay. Very cool. All right. All right, let's find out what ad stood out for each of us in this issue. We'll start with Jason.
Well, I'm going to go towards that Wicked Winter ad with City of Heroes. I wasted many an hour on City of Heroes, and it really enjoyed that online role-playing game. I think Jared and I even teamed up a couple times with his Auburn Tiger versus my Mach 8.
Ooh.
Yeah, we ran some missions, cleared out some sewers, did some exciting City of Heroes stuff back in the day. So I'm going with Wicked Winter, City of Heroes. Jared, did I just steal yours?
You did. I'm going with Wicked Winter, City of Heroes. Yes. I actually max leveled out a character named Prince who looked like Prince. He had he was very small. He wore high heels. He had a purple outfit.
Did
I
you wear a
remember
raspberry
Prince,
beret?
And after I leveled him out, I started a tiger who was a kind of like a Wolverine type character, looked like a tiger, and his name was an AU Tiger.
What power did Prince have?
Prince was an energy blaster, which I enjoyed, but it made me sad because by the time I hit him, back then Max was I think level 50. By the time I hit him about a level 40, they introduced Sonic blasters, and I was like, it would have been so much cooler if he was a Sonic, you know, like Black Canary style.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
whatevs. I had a great time playing the City of Heroes, so that's definitely the one that leapt out at me, just like Jason. What about you, Delvin?
I bet you can guess.
I don't have them in front of me, so I can't. I'm sure I saw something. Was there a wrestling ad in there?
WrestleMania.
Damn, I nailed it.
WrestleMania 20. And I had to look it up, and I wish Courtney was here because she could hear me talk about WrestleMania for a second. I had to look at the main event of the show. where it was Shawn Michaels versus Triple H versus Chris Benoit, known now to WWE as Beep. You may not get that, but trust me, any wrestling fan listening would. Chris Benoit is actually won it, and which was kind of like a really big deal at the time, and it was like a pretty big WrestleMania moment at the time. So it was a stat card, and it was a fun show to watch.
I didn't understand about 40% of that.
Yeah.
He was wanted, stat card. I
like the energy, though.
I do, yeah. I like the
I felt the energy.
Who's up?
It's me.
I will now pass the ads to Pat.
All right. Well, thanks, Delvin. I'm torn between two of these. And I'm just gonna, me being a computer guy, I like the Alien computer that's on there. Man, if I wish I could have afforded that back then. Unlike you guys, I wasn't playing City of Heroes, but maybe I should. I was doing the WoW back then.
I was a WoW guy.
I was a WoW guy, yeah.
I was an EverQuest guy.
Yeah, I like EverQuest too. I've actually started playing EverQuest again, EverQuest 2. So maybe you should join me, Delvin. Join me. We can.
Dog.
Huh?
That's a bit fishy.
The other one that I kind of liked too was the Final Fantasy, the Crystal Chronicles.
It's cool.
And that was for the Nintendo, right?
Yeah, Crystal Chronicles was on the GameCube. Yeah.
So those are, I'm a fantasy guy like that, so I enjoyed those two. There's a lot, there was a lot of, back in these days, you had a lot more video game ads in these.
Oh, yeah,
than we had in the other stuff.
Oh, yeah, it was all video game ads from the late 90s into the 2000s, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
None of us took the ad with the actual physical activity of skateboarding. I noticed.
I would have done that too. I was a skateboarder in the back in the day too. Still am.
Oh yeah,
boards.
You still board?
Well, like here and there in the summertime, I get out there. I do some
Man,
ollies around the house.
I think you need to bring that to Heroes Con, and we need to see this.
Come on, bro. I skate.
I was a skater back in the day myself, but I gave it up, man, when I got, old.
So you were a skater boy?
I was a skater. I was just a
See you
skater.
later, boy.
Yep.
I liked your board. I remember you.
I'm with you there, Pat. I was also with you on the Raspberry Beret comment that snuck by.
Yeah, but no one. Yeah.
But see, I'm just letting you know I'm here for you. I'm here.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate that, Delvin. I appreciate that. You get me, Delvin. You get me.
I must have been gone. It's not like me to miss a Raspberry Beret.
It's the kind you find in a secondhand store.
Hold on a second. I got your back. I just rewound. You said you were talking about your Prince character, and Pat said, did he have a Raspberry Beret?
Oh, so it stems from my inability to listen to Pat.
That's
yes, exactly.
Okay. I'm not sorry.
Thanks a lot. Well, why don't we go ahead and get to some history notes for this time?
Uh-oh, here we go.
These notes.
With a segment we call Way Back in Time. April 2004. So, we are going to do this in a controlled manner. Maybe. Order, I guess. And let's see what happens. We will do Jerry, Jason, Delvin, me.
Got it. Good? Here we go.
Let's do that order. So, here are some major news from April of 2004. Start us off with that, Jared.
On April 1st, Google introduced Gmail. The launch is met with some skepticism on account of the launch date, since it was April Fool's Day. And let me tell you something. If you're old like me, you'll remember that phase where people were like, thought it was super cool. I've got a Gmail account. I was invited to Gmail. And I was like, what? Why does that matter? They're like, oh, you only have an old Hotmail account, which I still have to this day. And I'm just like, what is the benefit of Gmail? But well, I got invited to it. No, I got that. But what's the benefit? You have to be invited. I don't understand what the difference is. Anyway, that's my rant on Gmail. Came out April 1st, 2004.
I have a virtual backpack account still open somewhere.
Jared, I never told you, but I got invited to my Gmail account.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's awesome. You know,
Is it?
I still have my original Gmail account.
That's
from back in the
sweet.
day. Yeah,
You're OG.
He's OG.
I got an invite, but they just led me to a Netscape account.
It catfished him.
They did. It's like that scene from Happy Gilmore, you know. Led me out to the sprinklers. Anyway, April 5th, the 66th NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. Connecticut beats Georgia Tech 82-73. Nobody cared.
Well, one of the reasons why someone might care is on April 6th, the very next day, the 23rd NCAA Women's Basketball Championship happened, and the UConn Lady Huskies beat the Tennessee Volunteers 70-61. So Connecticut pulled off a rare men and women's basketball victory. That doesn't happen very often. I think Connecticut was the last team that did it. Like, they did it in 2004, and they did it sometime a few years later after that. They are good at the basketball.
Apparently they can ball in Connecticut.
Somebody flipping a coin? We got toothpaste on the shot.
Well, on April 11th, the 68th Masters Golf in Augusta, Phil Mickelson wins by one stroke from Ernie Els of South Africa.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job, Phil.
There you go, Phil. 2 days later, on April 13th, Barry Bonds hit his 661st career home run, passing his godfather, Willie Mays, on the Major League Baseball all-time list, and no controversy ensued.
Steroid.
I'm not even going to start.
Now, yeah, I'm going to leave that alone. But what I did learn from this, I didn't realize that Willie Mays was his godfather.
No, I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
That's very cool.
Then we're going to jump forward 3 days to April 16th, and the superliner Queen Mary II embarks on her first transatlantic crossing, linking the golden age of ocean travel to the modern age of ocean travel.
It's still the same ocean travel.
It's a boat and it's water.
Next up, on April 21st, the 38th CMT Flameworthy Video Music Awards. Toby Keith, Shania Twain, and Kenny Chesney win. Fun fact about Kenny Chesney, he is 3'7" tall.
I've seen Shania Twain in concert, believe it or not.
That don't impress me much.
No. Go ahead, Pat. Give him the official.
Good one, Delvin. Good. Well, on April 24th, NFL draft. Old Miss quarterback Eli Manning's first pick by San Diego Chargers. San Diego Superchargers.
He didn't stay there long, though.
No,
he didn't.
No, like the Mannings, let's just say they have some sway. And they're like, we don't want our boy playing in San Diego. And so they orchestrated a trade to the New York Giants, where he stayed.
I think he won him a Super Bowl too, didn't he?
yeah.
He won them 2 Super Bowls.
Woo! That's hot. That's hot right there. Probably my turn. I'm over here drawing. Excuse me. All right. On April 28th, Shrek the sheep from Taras, Central Otago, New Zealand, probably said something in there wrong, is finally shorn live on TV after 6 years of avoidance, and the fleece weighed 27 kilograms or 60 pounds. It's a lot of fleece.
God dang.
That's a lot of
sweaters.
But why is that a big deal?
I don't know. Pat makes these scripts, and I don't think he does any editing work.
I don't. I just grab it. There was a picture of it, and the sheep was like huge. It was like
You did a bad job at this, Pat.
oh.
Was pulling the wool over our eyes.
I feel like we could have paid Jim Brewer like $3.50 to come in and a Goat Boy impersonation. Yeah.
All right. Well, in the very next day, right after Shrek the Sheep got shorn, say that 3 times fast, Oldsmobile builds its final car, ending 107 years of production.
Wow.
Great-grandfathers everywhere shedded a tear.
That was the family car for the Williamses back in the day. And hey, I had that Oldsmobile.
I was about to say, I've ridden in that Oldsmobile.
Yes, you have.
A lot.
Yes, you have.
That was Delvin's college car.
Yes, sir.
He put some miles on the Oldsmobile.
It was.
What was that cassette tape you had in there I always clowned you for?
Jasmine Guy.
Yeah, you rolled with that Jasmine cassette tape, which in college I clowned him for, but retrospect, I'm like, that's kind of cool.
I was going to say, F you, Jared. I was going to tell the story on that one.
You were right. I was wrong.
So we should go on to the movies released. Here are the top 10 movies for April 2004, and I'm going to start with a great one, Mean Girls from Paramount Pictures.
Yes.
Made $86 million. Everybody make some noise.
I'd
Okay,
settle that. Don't look at me. That movie is straight up hilarious. If you're
about it if it weren't for you, Jared.
I tell you what, and I don't remember who put me onto it, but it's one of those movies where you see it on the shelf, and you're like, it's another teen girl movie. Like, why would I want to watch that? And then you watch it; it is so funny. It's ridiculous.
Yes, that movie is freaking hilarious. Like, so worth watching.
Absolutely. So, fellas, if you're out there listening, and you're like, Mean Girls is just a silly girl movie. No, break that mold. Take a look. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh.
Next on the list is, hey, Jared,
Hey.
and you guys might not know this one. It's
Yeah.
Man on Fire.
2 men enter,
yeah.
1 man leave. 2 men enter, 1 man leave.
Recently featured on Action Film Face Off.
Yes, there was.
Pat, you got anything on that? Or
Yeah, we done? We done, Pat?
No, I'm done. What else do I got to say on it?
nothing? All right. And coming in at number 3, we've got Kill Bill,
Ooh,
Volume 2, which was a fine film that I saw in the theater.
yes. Great
Yes.
movie.
I've only watched the first one. I haven't watched the rest of them. So
There's just 2.
There's just 2, yeah.
It's worth your time and effort, my friend.
It is. Good story.
just got to get back to them.
All right. You done?
Done.
All right. Next up, we have one of my favorites, Hellboy, raking in $59 million.
Good movie.
Next up, we have 13 going on 30. A Sony Pictures production made $57 million. Anyone know anything about 13 going on 30?
It's got Jennifer Garner.
That's all I got. That's all I remember.
Word.
It's basically like remember those movies like Vice Versa where the kid swaps with the adult, or
Yeah.
Freaky Friday. or
Freaky
something.
Friday, right? Yeah, it's basically one of
Okay.
those. I never saw it. I'm a man.
Well, next is Home on the Range, a Disney movie, cartoon. I've seen that one a few times with the kids.
Where the deer and the antelope play.
I couldn't really tell you what it was all about, but
Yeah,
I do
same here.
remember it.
I've watched it with my kids, but I don't have a good memory of it either.
Yeah.
Which leads us to Walking Tall, one of those early vehicles for The Rock.
Yes.
And it's a fine film. I think it's 45 minutes long.
Yeah, seemed like, yeah.
It's a really short movie, but I remember watching that on crew one night when I was working 24-hour shifts with the Air Force, and someone popped that in. I was like, kept my attention. Good movie.
Still
was a
not as
good
good as
movie.
the rundown, though.
Both were good. Both were good. Yeah, Rundown was a little funnier with Stifler in it.
Yeah, and it had Christopher Walken.
Yeah, it did.
Where's he most comfortable?
In the saddle. He was in a movie called Chubbins and Sweetums. They're cops. A lot of people know that.
Co-starred with Sean Connery.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. That's a very good one.
It's a masterpiece.
Yes.
Next up, we have The Punisher, and I think that's the Thomas Jane one, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Good movie.
Yeah, it raked in $33 million. That was a decent movie too. I like that.
Not bad. It made the top 10.
Next up, we have Johnson Family Vacation by Fox Searchlight. I know nothing about Johnson Family Vacation. Made $31 million.
I got
don't
nothing.
remember it. I don't remember it at all.
Got nothing.
Yep.
Oh, was it my turn?
Yeah, probably.
That's all I have. Oh. The next up is, and last on the list is The Prince and Me. Got nothing on
I
that.
got nothing. I don't remember that one either.
Yeah, I'm not going to say because I got nothing on that one.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
right.
I'll roll us into the top 3 songs of April 2004. And coming in at number 3, we got a little Jaquan. Everybody in the club getting tipsy.
Yes.
I don't know this one.
Everybody in the club
To
getting
the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Hands in the air. Everybody on the floor. That's all I know.
I just remember that for the longest time, my spouse thought he was saying everybody in the club gets tips. As if they were making money.
Oh, that's nice.
And I'm like, that's very
Everybody's
pleasant.
making tips. I'd want some tips.
But yeah, I remember that song.
All right. Am I up next?
I think.
You are.
All right. Number 2 is One Call Away from Chingy featuring Jay Weave. And I may as well be speaking Klingon because I do not know who these people are.
Yeah, you got me on that one. I have no idea.
Just one call away. Is that how it goes? I might have made that up.
I was in
think you
Iraq,
did.
so I don't know this song. I don't know any of these songs. Wait,
That-
actually,
I got nothing on that one either. You know, it was, like I said, I was probably dealing with the kid at the time, so didn't get.
Man, if TJ Cristados doesn't know it, it's not a real song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How it snuck into number 2, we don't know.
Yeah. Crazy.
All right, somewhere. Okay, check our chat boards.
All right. And
Yeah, right. Somebody save us.
yeah, they were talking about some Hellboy. They were talking about some Punisher and Punisher Warzone, but no one knows One Call Away. And you know what? I'm not even going to wait on it. I'm just going to transition to the number 1 song, which is Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
By Usher, featuring Lil Jon and Ludacris. Now, that was a popular song.
Yeah, I
everybody
recognize
knows,
that.
yeah.
All right, hang on, everybody. Hang on.
Is that Chingy?
That's it.
All right.
Oh, sweet.
I haven't heard it.
Still don't recognize it.
Got nothing.
So, big gulps, huh, Jared?
Yeah, big gulps. Straight up big gulps, y'all.
All right. Bye.
All right. Well, that's going to bring us to the end of this part of the show. You got a comment or question? Send us an email at contact@longboxcrusade.com. You can also follow and leave a comment on the Twitter at Longbox Crusade. We will be right back. Woo!
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 We're moving along here.
Last segment.
Nice segment.
How's things going in chat? Anybody got the suffering call out?
I forgot to mention the last suffering, which was, I think, Ben, Dave Collins.
He found the link.
Yep,
Ben
he
was
found
on?
the link. And Aaron Head Moss also.
If you're wondering what we're talking about, if you join late, if you type I'm suffering into the chat, you'll be entered to win these 4-packs retro trading cards. Our last pack of G.I. Joe cards from, I think they're 90 or 91. And Batman Returns cards from about that same era. unopened classic. If you like the trading cards or it's just like winning stuff, put I'm suffering in the chat.
You're going to face that difficult challenge. Do you keep them in the package?
I know.
Or do you open
I'd
it?
open them.
Rip them up.
I would
I'd
too.
open them. Get that gum. Get that gum.
Well, I'm kind of a trading card collector. And I'll tell you, these come from, I've completed these sets. So I have a bunch of unopened packs left because I don't need to open anymore. So that's where they come from. They're my leftovers.
Nice.
Yes, Rick, this is how non-professionals record. See, and that's because we do such a great editing job.
Don't tell anybody.
We make it up on the back nine.
So hopefully people still want to be a part of the show and join us for a while as guest host. Now you see what we go through.
Mm-hmm. Tim Price suffered through this.
Yeah, Tim did it. Hey, if Tim can do it.
Old Ben has done it.
Yeah, old Ben has done it. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a crazy old man.
He's a crazy old man.
All right. Well, why don't we say let's go ahead and get started and get this going. We're almost done here, boys.
Yeah, let's get this wrapped up so I can go get some soy garlic wings. It took days to come in.
Jealous.
Damn it.
Damn Hughes.
I'm getting nothing. Got to buy some wheat thins or something out there.
Let's see. Segment 5. I'll kick that off. Why not? I've done it in the past.
Yep, you're good at it.
I should have saved some liquid. Hold on.
You shut that ice up. Oh, he's just taunting us now.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Now, let's get to the feedback part of the show where we share your comments, emails, questions, likes, and shares in a segment called Crusader Comments. We are thrilled to kick off these comments with special shout outs to our Crusader Club members. These are the fine folks that are now entered into our quarterly drawings to win free swag that may include, but is not limited to, comic art, prints, comics, sometimes autographed by creators, trading cards, action figures, appearances on a Longbox Crusade show, lunchboxes, DVDs, CDs, CD nuts, and the list just goes on and on. They also enjoy discounts from Jared's online store. I'm a big jerkface.com. No, that's not it.
.org.
It is theyardsellartist.bigcartel.com and early access to special Longbox episodes. So these are the folks reaping the benefits and giving some much appreciated support to the show. Dave Collins, Blast It or Stash It, Gene Hendricks, Ivan the Collector, Ivor Evans, Maxwell Traver, Mr. Lobotomy, Ross Michaud,
I know who you are.
Ronald Went, Tim, Bob Buster,
Buster.
Steve Cronin,
Cronin the Barbarian.
Samantha Maney,
Sam, woo-woo.
and Toronto Cop.
I wonder if he knows Chubbins and Sweetums.
I think he does.
All over.
If we missed anyone on our list, we apologize. Please keep in mind that we record these episodes well in advance of release. So if you're a recent addition, we should be adding you soon. But still, no worries. Just let us know that we missed you by sending an email to contact@longboxcrusade.com and we will get it straightened out. So you might be asking yourself, how do I become a Crusaders Club member?
How do they?
How do they? Well, it's simple. Just head over to patreon.com and search for Longbox Crusade. For as little as $1 a month, you'll get access.
Wait a minute, is that a typo? $1 a month? That's
No, Jason. No, it is not a typo. $1 a month.
We're just giving this stuff away.
I would buy that for $1.
Yeah.
8 bits, $2.50. Now, for as little as $1 a month, you'll get access to the amazing world of the Crusaders Club. Come check it out. Don't have any extra scratch lying around, but still want to help us out here at Longbox Crusade headquarters? Please take a moment to write a review on iTunes for this podcast. Even if you just want to keep it short with just our ratings, it helps to raise the profile of the show, and we will share your review on the next show. Jared, this is your part. I want you to talk about that.
Well, if I was paying attention that way. Oh, here we go. Yes, indeed. And we're going to give quick shout outs to those who have supported the Comics for Courage initiative. If you're confused about that, I'm sure there's a promo we can play, but basically, we got folks mailing in comics to Comics for Courage via
Support our troops.
supportourtroops.org. I think it's an org. Support our troops. Anyway, go out there and check out Support Our Troops online. You can mail them money to help send care packages to soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen overseas. You can donate goods. They'll just make sure people get the stuff. And we've taken up the helm of comics. So big shout outs. Since our last recording, we've seen some packages go out from Ross Michaud and Professor Allen. You guys are doing the Lord's work. And 75% of this podcast salutes you with an official military salute. And the other 25%, let's see it, Pat. See that? I want to see your salute.
Oh,
that was good. That's snappy. I like it.
That's good. Yep.
Gotta get that thumb flat. There you go. All right. This is great radio for people who are listening to the audio track. But seriously, thank you, Ross and Professor Allen, for supporting Comics for Courage, which is via supportourtroops.org. That's right, isn't it? Hard for me to say.
And
is that right, Pat? Supportourtroops.org.
I haven't gone and looked. Sorry.
Oh, you failed us all. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, I can cut all that.
I think we broke Pat.
I'm gonna go ahead and transition.
Transition it, Delvin. Do it.
Sweet. So we're gonna move on to social media likes, shares, and retweets. And we are talking about the Longbox Crusade episode 16, where we covered G.I. Joe and the Transformers #2 from December 1986. That was the Longbox Crusade 2-year anniversary.
Woo! Been a while.
Way back in June of 2018. Wow.
That has been a minute ago, possibly a minute and a half. So we should start. Let's just keep the same order, gents, and just start from the top.
That's me? Is it me?
I don't know. Who
Sure,
started?
it's me. We left our wallet with Al Sedano. Gotta get it. I got to get it.
Back in the Bronze Age.
Baron Von Pimp. That's nice. That's nice.
Bubba Calgar.
Chris at BTO and Bat Books. Let it roll. Down the highway. Roll.
It's a show now.
Okay. Is it my turn? I think
Yep.
Jared just did that one, right?
Yep.
Okay. Here's to you, Clinton Robinson.
Next up, coffee and comics.
Comics in the Golden Age.
Copper.age.
Dano.
Come on now. You got to say book 'em.
Oh, man. How did I let that?
Go ahead. I'm going to act like you didn't. Just go ahead. Redo.
Okay. I'll get a second shot at this. Dano. Book 'em.
Next up, Daniel Contreras.
Daniel Tinnerolo.
Tinnerello.
Daniel Tinnerello.
It's Daniel.
What did I say?
Daniel.
Daniel. Okay. Daniel Tinnerello.
We'll take it. Darren Kohler.
Yo.
Dave Collins. That wizard's just a crazy old man.
Next up, we have Douglas Heitzig.
Dr. G and the Nerdologist.
Fanholes Podcast.
Gene Hendricks.
Next up, Jerry Grain.
Yeah, Joburg. Yo.
Greg Smith.
Hayden Allen.
Give me one more on that, Jason.
Talking to the mic.
Jason, give us one more Hayden Allen. That one didn't come in.
Allen.
And that was worse. Let's go to the outtakes. One more time.
Hayden Allen.
Nailed it.
Huey C. Onyx. Ignacio.
Ignacio Rayo.
Ivan Chudley. Whoop, whoop.
Woo!
Jay Ishiro.
Joe Crawford.
Joe Thomas. Hey, Joe.
Musical genius. John K. Mulder. No Scully.
Jonathan Schaefer Hames.
He knows what he did.
Next up, Ken Solo.
Lava Hog.
Longbox of Darkness.
Anthony Gerardo.
Martin Gray.
Melissa Neese.
Michael Allen Carlisle. Return of the Mac.
I know that.
Turn on the mic. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Mike McClarty.
Mirandia Catherine Berthold.
Nate Niles.
Patrick Woods.
Rad Adventures.
Reggie Hancock.
Beep.
Oh, my turn. Ross Michaud.
Ruth Sutherland.
Ryan Daly.
Sandra Flores Marquez.
Sean. It's Sergio Bamba.
Secret Wars and Beyond podcast. Thanks, Sean.
Shag Matthews.
Come on down. You're the next contestant, Tim Price.
Let's all go for a walk. It's Tracker Talk.
Still trying to sell that walk bit.
Yeah, it's still out there.
Well, he's probably not waiting anymore now that it's an actual TV series. Waiting for Doom.
Warlock Thanos podcast.
And we will wrap up with Wendy Freeman. We also have a few social media replies and comments from Pat.
Oh, it's my turn. Well, I'm going to pick one from Clinton. And Clinton says, wow, 2 years. It's about 6 months away from that. He says, wow, 2 years. I'm about 6 months away from that. Congratulations. Here's hoping I'm one of those great friends and not just more annoying noise. Although I'm somehow content to be that too. Well, you are a great friend, Clinton. Thanks a lot. And we appreciate the congratulations. Although it's a little late by us, so sorry.
It's not your fault. I'm going to pick one from our friend Aaron Head Moss from over at the G.I. Joe Real American Headcast. And he said, listening to this episode, it's great so far. Oh, wait a minute. I heard Jared. So much for it being great. Lol. I have a question before I respond to this. Pat, is
Yes.
Aaron Head Moss a Crusaders Club member?
Is Aaron?
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
All right. Flock you, Aaron Head Moss. It's going to sound great when I put the beep in it, too.
Oh, man. I'm going to go and pick one here from Wendy. She says, I only just read the Incredible Joe Transformers that Jay Lee did that was set in World War II. I'm a sucker for any sort of crossover of those two. I am very much interested in this Joe Transformers that's set in World War II. I love Jay Lee art.
Oh, it's good. I got it back in the day.
Too. All right.
Yeah, I think it came out about
I
want to say it came out about the time that we're talking about. I want to say it was about 04-ish. And it's good stuff, man.
And my comment is from Jonathan Schaefer Hames. He says, just found you guys a few months ago and am having a blast. And I'm really excited about this episode because I think it's the first time that I have read every comic you're covering on the show. Well, Jonathan, I'm glad that you appreciated the show. I get the feeling that we're never really going to talk to you again. So
He knows what he did.
What it's worth.
Oh goodness. I know we're supposed to only do one, but I gotta shout out one more from Joe Thomas. He just said, "I'm glad y'all kept the Serpentor joke in because that was cold." But Pat couldn't say Serpentor, he kept saying Serpentor. It made me laugh.
Yes, that's when Panther from the Thundercats. He got knighted. So now he's now Serpentor.
Oh man.
Is that it, everybody? Anyone else wanted to add one? Anybody?
I'm just gonna add one more.
Okay.
From our friend Ryan Daly. Ryan says, "I'm only 20 minutes in, but already I can say there ain't." It says, "I'm only 20 minutes in, but already I can say there aren't enough Tony references in this episode."
Every time.
I remember doing that episode, and it really felt good. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can do Jack Swing from my nuts.
Us as podcast is willing to give you whatever you want.
It's our anniversary. Oh man.
Oh, now with
there's two episodes.
Tony.
There we go. All right. Thanks to everyone for the follows, likes, shares, and comments. We appreciate your friendship and help in spreading the word about this podcast.
And let me scroll up. Oh, sorry. Okay. And that's the show. But before we go, let's find out where listeners can find us on the internet. Jason?
You can find me at Weasel Skull on Twitter or Jason Albrick on Facebook and Instagram. Jared?
I am at Yard Sale Artist on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. It's all at Yard Sale Artist. Delvin?
You can find me at DEE_RAY1977 Pat.
You can find me on the Twitter or on the Instagram at Christatos01. So thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed this episode of the Longbox Crusade. You got a comment or a question, email us at contact@longboxcrusade.com or leave a comment on the Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter page. And if you want to interact with us live, if you want to interact with us with the live chat and be entered in to win some free stuff on our live raffles, join us for our next episode of Doin It Livestream over on the YouTube. See, this is what happens. I'm new at this script. We do them on the second Sunday of every month, and we always start at 3:30 p.m. Central Time. You can get
We try.
You can get signed up for that by looking up a Longbox Crusade on YouTube. Please subscribe to our channel and click the bell so you will get reminded notifications for when we go live. Until next time, take care, and please join us for the next episode as we continue on the Crusade 2.
Read them all! Or what's in your long box?
Or Expedito!
Read them all!
Ole!
You can do Jack Swing from my nuts.
It feels good.
So it feels good to swing from his...
Yes.
Anyways. Wow. For those of you in the live chat who made it all the way through.
That's it.
Guys.
Believe it or not, that's going to be a show.
I know. It will sound different when you hear it.
Hey, Jared. Ronald Went wants to know, do you have any more copies of Hamilton versus Burr?
But of course, I have copies of Hamilton versus Burr, a werewolf tale. All you need to do is go to theyardsaleartist.bigcartel.com. You can order them from there. If Ron's interested in a copy, though, I believe I'll be seeing him in April. I'm going to say it's the 12th and 13th for Daytona City Comic Con. We can link up there. So I got two plugs in on one question. Thanks, Ron.
And we should go ahead and go with the drawing because we were supposed to end this like 15 minutes ago. So we should
Definitely. Okay, so the I suffered folks. Who's going to get these cards?
Ready? I'm going to hit the random on it.
All right. Should Jonesy do a sound effect for the randomizer?
Pat had it. He's on it.
He's on it.
That's my Crusade miss somewhat.
Who's winning these trading cards getting delivered to their front door?
Well, you're going to have to save some postage because you can deliver them to Ron when you see him later.
Oh, Ron won the trading cards. All right, Ron. These cards are yours. Hopefully, I'll see you in Daytona. If not, just hit me up with those DMs. Give me a reminder of your address. And those are yours. Thanks, Ron. Thanks for being here today. I wonder what is on the golden plate that I have.
Oh, that's what I've been waiting for this whole time. What's on the gold plate?
Find out what the Crusaders Club.
Oh,
I don't pay attention to the.
All right.
oh. While you're doing it, I have to get that ready.
All right. I'll make a big deal out of it, Pat. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right. This is for our Crusaders Club members. We do 3, count them 3 drawings, 1 per month for each quarter. See how the math works out there? Every quarter, 1 per month. Trust us. This is our second drawing for the first quarter. So this is what you're going to win, Crusaders Club members. And as a reminder, if you want to become a member of the Crusaders Club, just head to patreon.com. Look up Longbox Crusade for as little as $1 a month. You could be entered into what we're giving away right now. Item number 1.
Give it away now.
Get away. Get what you want. You want to give it to you.
Item number 1. You get 2 packs of Joe cards, 2 packs of Batman Returns cards. And you're thinking, wait, that other guy won that. Is there more for me? I'm a Crusaders Club member.
Yeah, that seems kind of fancy for a Crusaders Club member now.
You get the vinyl pop figure of the Superman soldier from BVS.
What?
Is that not enough?
Well,
Jason, give me a not enough from Nathan Hayes.
Not enough.
All right. Maybe you'd like a copy of Flash Gordon on DVD. Savior of the Universe edition. Jason.
That is a cool Funko Pop.
Not enough.
Not enough. Jason says not enough. So you're like, okay, I watch Flash Gordon. You know, it's only an hour and a half, 2 hours of my life. I want something else to watch. How about the complete first season of 1966 Batman starring Adam West?
Holy cow.
Give me one more, Jason.
Not enough.
Not enough. Well, I hope this is it because this is it.
This gotta be
Actually, straight from Mr. Weasel Skull himself has donated the Adam Strange Prestige format, all 3 issues by the Kuberts and Richard Bruning. Yeah, that's right. You get all 3. That's some Kubert action right there. Book 1, book 2, book 3, the entire set. That that art is gorgeous. You get that. You get the Adam West DVD. You get the Flash Gordon DVD. You get the pop figure and 4 packs of cards.
That's a lot of swag.
It is.
That
Don't look for it now.
swag.
It's only available in the year 2000.
That's it.
So that's our raffle. Who's the big winner? Pat.
All right. The big winner is Samantha Manny.
Oh my goodness. Samantha wins it.
Samantha.
She just joined like yesterday or the day before. It pays off, folks.
Nice.
Cool. Very cool.
Congratulations, Samantha.
Yes, congrats, Samantha.
Well, that's cool. Congrats to her.
Yeah, I just today put her Crusaders Club card into an envelope, stamped it and everything, which ends up being a big mistake because I tuck it right in.
Oh, yeah.
Tuck it right in here with her stuff. Congratulations, Samantha. Now, if you're Crusaders Club member and you didn't win anything today, hold your head up high because, hey, first of all, you got that cool card, right?
Mhm.
And second of all, every month we're doing these drawings. Every month we're doing these drawings. So your numbers got to come up sometime.
Mhm.
Hang in there. You'll win some stuff.
Come in.
Yep. And we do greatly appreciate every Crusaders Club member that's doing it for us out there. We're really taking that money that you give us after we pay off pets, cotton candy machine.
Mhm.
It's all going back into the gifts that you win and the shipping that it takes to get to you. So we're pouring the money back in the community, and we're proud of that. And we hope you guys are enjoying it.
Very cool. Very cool. And then I think we are probably about we need about 10 more people away from getting to our next level on Patreon. So if you have
Chub and the Sweetums level.
Yeah.
I think when we hit that, the quality level of these prizes goes up, doesn't it?
I think so.
I think you start getting like original art, like one of a kind things are going to start getting put in there.
Yeah.
Once we get that. So tell your friends, do a recruiting drive. I mean, it's $1 a month.
Please do. $1. $1 gets them in.
You can join at the dollar level. We got a $5 level and a $10 level. Really, the only difference is how many entries you get into the raffle.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically $1 an entry.
It's almost half.
Yeah, I don't want to do the math on that, but
I was doing the math and it's hurting my head.
but congratulations, Samantha. Thanks for everybody else who's a member. Keep checking back with us. This is an opportune time to let you guys know next month, and we haven't talked about this, my fellow Crusaders. Next month, the live stream might get pushed back a week because the second Sunday falls on Mother's Day.
Oh.
Just keep an eye out for that. We'll make an announcement via our social medias about that officially, but just be aware that it might not be the second Sunday. It might go to the third Sunday due to Mother's Day for next month. So just keep an eye out. We'll make an official announcement.
Wait, isn't Mother's Day in May?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then. See you guys next month, second Sunday. I was looking further ahead on the calendar. It is going to be a problem in May. We're giving you a lot of heads up, people. Start planning now.
I was like, holy yes, I haven't gotten my mother anything.
I go shopping. My bad. That is in May. We're going to be here on the second Sunday of next month, I'm pretty sure. But yes, in May, it might get bumped back. So plan now, people.
I'm surprised you guys haven't said anything to me yet.
About your haircut?
No.
Oh, your tracksuit. He's wearing his tracksuit.
I've noticed the tracksuit.
Come on, get up and turn around. Dance for us, monkey. Let's see the back of that tracksuit.
I don't know. Can you see it?
Keep talking so that it stays on you. Get a little lower. Now flat, like stand up a little straighter. Stand up a little higher. There you go, right there. Right there.
There you go. That's it.
Now start talking. Make some noise. Woo!
Make some noise.
Jason, stop making noise. Kick the camera off of him.
Tracksuit. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. I suppose I could have went live with the tracksuit. But anyway. All right. Well, folks, I think we appreciate everybody joining us. Hope you had as much fun as we did. Recording it live. You can see how we do it here.
We made sausage.
There'll be some tasty sausage, though, by the time it comes out.
Yeah. We thought we'd try something different. So hopefully let us know what you thought. If you liked this, we'll always kind of switch it up. Who knows? Maybe we can do one of the different shows live as well, too. We could. That might be fun as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been some talk about doing a grab bag show where we open some grab bag comics.
Mm-hmm.
Times. Johanna just showed back up with my dinner. Does anybody want to see what I got?
No, because I'm hungry and I just ordered and I gotta go pick it up.
Oh, this is a Puerto Rican delicacy called a pastela. Let's see. Some chicken, some noodles.
I said no, motherfucker.
Vegetable I'm not gonna eat. Delvin, you want the squat?
I'm hungry. I don't need
Well, again, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for everybody showing up in the chat. We do appreciate it.
Jared's getting ready to chow.
Yeah.
Y'all talk amongst yourself.
All right.
We're talking about God.
All right. I guess it's time to go. So thanks a lot, everybody, for showing up.
For everybody.
We will talk to you later.
Here for FO.
Bye.
We got awfully close there. I'll be done with that soon.
See you guys.
Very cool.
Bye.
Bye.